Good morning and welcome to the early bird. And here we're looking at the Dow Jones. This is a CFD and it's trading below the actual index itself. This one here is the trading at 10,800. But it serves the same sort of purpose for what we need to sort of discuss here, in that at 10,800 here we'll be seeing some, doesn't have to follow this exactly, but some type of corrective pattern across here. If I put this on to the Dow itself, here we're seeing the price above 10,800 here, so it's up here. But look, this is the first high above the level. We had our reaction from here and we were looking at the 10,650. That really needed to stay in place for any upside, and below that would create downside. And we've had this strong move up through here, so we're getting the first high above the level, so we should get a retest of that back into the level here. We're in a nice sort of trend line up through here. Fourth waves normally break trend lines, so we can consider this some type of little fifth wave here. But first of all, what we will be facing this week and maybe even next week is a corrective pattern across the 10,800. That's what we'll be sort of looking for there. And yeah, it's normally, this would be looked at as normally the classic sort of pattern where a market comes up and hits it, drops back, rests, finds support, then pushes up and creates the first high above the level, and this can go up a bit further still, and then come back and check on the level, and the distance that normally goes above is the distance that comes below. So I've only kept it shallow at this point because it's only shallow in this distance here. So let's see how that plays out. So yeah, we're looking for some sort of ABC correction across here. Now, once it sort of becomes a bit more fully developed, if it finds support on the 10,800, well, then it's going to push up, and it normally works in every 100 points, so we'll get to the 10.9 without too much problems. And 11,000 is the next largest number, but above that would be 11,500, which is a medium trading level and carries a fair bit of weight. So these are minor trading levels here, the 5, the 8, and then I treat this 11,000 as a minor trading level as well, but the 11,500 would be a medium level. And in approaching that, if we do get that high, then there will be a lot of resistance up there, because I remember in the bear market, the type of volume and the supply that will be waiting for us at that level there. So certainly see some resistance coming in through there. So on other markets such as the S&P 500, we've got the 1144 here as the resistance. So we need to see that work with that, and the 150 as well. So we're also in this little structure just through here, by the by, is that we're looking at this as being up for 1 and back for 2 here, then up for 1 and back for 2. This is like a third wave here. So we'll see little fourth and fifth waves push up through here. So we're looking for a reaction at the 1,150, the midpoint there, and then we'll see if it finds support on top of that as well. So and the same with the FTSE as well. It never got to lock under the 5,500 down here as we're looking for. We knew it'd come down through here. We're looking to come back up here and test this, and if it failed from that point, then the trend would be down. But as you can see here, we've got nice support on here, and it's moved up through here, and this would be the particular wave count that would be looking at this point in time. So once again, we'll be looking for these old highs here at 56 to be taken out, but of course there will be some sort of little ABC correction across this 5,600 here, or 56. So, and then another 5 waves up through here. So that's what should sort of play out there, and that's pretty much what will sort of play out on our market as well. So if I look at the SPY here, we're looking at from this point here, we're looking for the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. Now that's pretty stock standard at that point. Now what what I am a little bit unsure about is this particular wave structure in here, in terms of the 1, the 2 here, then 5 waves up to here to make the third wave. So I'm just a little bit unsure of this here, because on some of the US markets, this here was lower than this here. So that wouldn't, this what wave 1 up here wouldn't be as such. So but I'll leave it there just for the time being, and let's just see how it sorts itself out at the 4,700 here. So we could probably expect a move up to the 4.7 here to start with, and then back through here looking for support, and then a move up through here. So just be careful about following these dotted lines. Don't get lost in that. It's just roughly mapping out the sort of direction there. So but once the cash market opens at 10 and settles in for the first 15 minutes, you'll know sort of where we are at that particular point. But that's the basic structure that we're looking for there. And our banks would be pretty much the same on that case there, and the same with BHP as well. So it's all good. So what else we got to look at here? We've got the crude as well. So base metals are up. And the energy sectors will be up because of the crude, but also want to note too that the banks are up as well. So this facing Monday, we've got pretty much everything, all sectors, on about all sectors, but the main two for us over here, they will be to the upside here. And what we understood with crude here is that firstly it would follow stock, in terms of the Dow, but if it came down and broke the 73 and then the 72, then it's obviously to the downside. But we understood that while it was above 73, and then we're using 74 and 75 as the balance points with it in all of this, especially the 75. So once it had support on there, it'll be pushing up. So we'll be looking for 5 waves up, in terms of up for 1, back for 2, up for 3 into here somewhere, across for 4, and up for 5. So we could see it sort of ending before the 78 here, or just thereabouts. The old high is about there as well. So let's just see how we go up there. But we'll be looking for a 4th wave and a 5th wave to move up at that section there. And the same with gold as well. I need to bring gold up on a different platform, so I'll do that. Okay, we've got Globex spot gold here on a continuous chart. So we're at 1,300 here, and what we can expect here is pretty much sort of normal across the level. So we'll end up seeing a certain pattern across this level here, building as support. We might get a quite a strong high up through here, but at the end of the day, we need to know if we're going to get support on here. That's what we're looking at here. So we'll be seeing more highs. We'll probably see a reaction here, but we'll see a push up through this. But basically, we'll see a correction across this 1,300, and the distance that goes above here will be the distance that drops below as well. This is a very important level because it's not only a minor level, but it's minor level 3, which is part of the group 1 environment. So if support is found above this, and it will take weeks to do that in terms of actually really sort of testing it and having a strong sort of outcome of that, then we can look to see gold go much higher. But first of all, we need to see the first high above the level, and then we need to see a correction coming back across the level. And if it eventually finds support above the 1,300, then we can look to go to the upside, and we'll also be looking at new crest and so forth will be the same as that as well. And I can see by some of the mid-cap gold stocks as well, they've got a fair bit of unwinding to do at their current levels there in terms of corrective patterns to establish a base to move higher. So I've got a sort of strange feeling that would normally sort of hang around the top of Group 1 for quite some time, and this is where one of the places that the trend can fail from. So it will be interesting, but it will take quite a bit of time for this to establish itself properly there. So Okay, so just sort of recapping a little bit, the the weekly cycle is there was volume that came in on our markets on right on the close. You can see that in the banks through here on some of the banks anyway. They were bought up on their lows twice through the day there with big orders. So they can push up from there. This particular ANZ bank that we're looking at here, we're looking at this as up for 1, back for 2, up for 3, back for 4, and we're looking for up for 5 coming up through here. So that would need to push straight on through up there. So a robo method above that there, or buying on opening and putting the stop there. This was 38.2 retracement level here, which was really quite close actually. It was only like sort of 10 cents out of the running here for that, and this would have been the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree here, so coming through here. So that's what we're sort of looking at, the 23.40 there. So that's sort of held up sort of nicely, and we'll see if there's see how strong that push is to the upside there. So if Monday is going to be the bull day, which it should be, Tuesday morning a little bit of profit taking, Wednesday a bit of a V-shaped day, Thursday the sort of bear day, and then Friday. So what I'm saying here is that if we're going to see a push up through here, probably the size of this length here and in these days, this amount of days as well, of wave 1 here, tacking that onto here. So really we need to get around we need to accommodate Thursday being the bear day, so we can stay in the trade for the Friday and the following Monday as well. This particular stock would be looking at the $25 mark here. So I'll do more work on the banks, but this would be the sort of general picture that we'll be looking at for our indices, and also for US indices as well, and London as well. So we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 5 to 8 days of a push up to this side here. That's the real possibility, but we just got to see on Monday if this volume that came in here to support this, we get the follow through on the Tuesday afternoon, and also the support on the Wednesday for that as well. So yeah, so we could have a nice little sort of run up through here. So that's sort of it. So really it's the Dow Jones finding support and excuse me, doing sort of having that corrective pattern across the 10,800, and at the end of that coming out as support and then moving up from that point. So that's what we're sort of looking at generally for this week here. Alrighty, cheers.